Alright, what is going on, guys? This is the Rasslin Podcast, episode 2. I'm your host, Premier Bankshot. This is, of course, the second episode, week ending the 19th of the 10th of 2014, the 19th of October 2014, because I'm not American, so I say it the correct way, where it's day first, then month, then year ending. So, what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about Raw. We're going to talk about all the matches, all the coverage of that. We're going to talk about the rivalries, Hell in a Cell, all that kind of stuff. So let's get started without further ado. Alright, so firstly we're going to review Raw and everything about that. The outcomes, the implications this has on the main events of Hell in a Cell, that kind of thing. So let's get started. The first segment, solid. The Authority, they dampened it again. Like they do. I don't know what it is. Let me just adjust my microphone. I am just ridiculously bored of all the tag matches. I am horrendously bored. I don't care that it's a new tag match without Randy Orton and Kane. Thank God it wasn't without those two. But I'm just tired of the tag matches. I really don't want to see it. I don't want to see the main event stars in the tag matches. I just don't want to see it. It was quite a stupid tag match in terms of... Yeah, let me explain this. The in-ring action was good, don't get me wrong. There were some good moments in there, of course, the super kicks, the whole AAs and all that, Dean Ambrose doing his thing. But I don't think anyone, including the viewers, the Dust people, the Usos, Ambrose or Cena, all the viewers knew what was actually supposed to be going on. I don't think anyone knew the rules. After the first tag, I think they started to get it because, the Dust people on the apron for God knows how long, it was an age for them to get in. And it got very chaotic at points. I didn't know what was going on. Who was technically supposed to be legal. It was very chaotic, but they held it together well. It was a good match. I would give it a B minus or just a normal B. It didn't bury the Dusties because, well, they're heels, so they're going to have to lose sometimes. If they were faces, it would have definitely buried them. Alright, the next match. AJ and Layla versus Paige and Alicia Fox. Look, Paige and AJ Lee, they should have the best rivalry possible. They should have a brilliantly booked rivalry. Paige is talented. So is AJ. They don't get TV time. In a 2.5-hour Raw, are you telling me you cannot find the time to make a good Divas match? I don't care. I know the Slater Gator thing wasn't on this Raw. Take them off, please. Or push them, I don't care. Take the rest of the Divas off. Take them off. Apart from Natalya and just the other one, I forgot the name. Take them off. Look, AJ and Paige and Natalya are the three best in that entire thing. I'm sorry, they are the best. I know that the others need to develop. Put them on main event. Put them on SmackDown. Put them on SmackDown, for God's sakes. But have AJ Lee and Paige and Natalya on Raw. I'm sorry, that's what needs to happen. They have written this feud horrendously. This whole best friend thing is stupid and it just makes the feud look childish and like a playground fight. Crappy match, but what do you expect? What the hell are they going to do in 3 minutes? Seriously. In a 2.5-hour Raw, you can't find, 15 minutes for a remotely good match. I'm sorry, it was crap. Layla cannot wrestle. Alicia Fox, put her on SmackDown, put her on main event, do anything. The Bellas, of course, he put them on Raw, but this whole thing, AJ and Paige thing, needs an improvement, needs more heat. I don't care if you have to bring CM Punk's name into it, make it better, because it is so boring. AJ is probably now just being kicked into irrelevancy even though she's champion. Paige's whole Alicia Fox thing, it's just stupidness. It is foolishness. It is stupidness. I cannot stand it. It needs to improve. Complete and utter fail of a match. Giving it a D minus. Ziggler versus Orton. A++++++++ star. It stole the show. It just did. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic match. This is the kind of thing I want to see on my television screens every single day. This was the main event for me, without fail. This was worthy of a pay-per-view main event. It really was. It was a fantastic match. And they constantly, Ziggler's
Ziggler's just injury prone. He's probably not as good on the mic.
It doesn't matter. His moves, his in-ring performance shows it like no other. When people say Orton's lost it, no. It's the fact that the creative are hindering Orton and they're just putting him with the authority. He's bored. Orton is genuinely bored. He's frustrated that his character can't grow. He wants to go back to the Viper. He wants to go back to the Legend Killer, but he's not allowed to do that. And he's had problems backstage, and this was meant to be just a mid-card match. But Orton shoved it in their face. Orton made Ziggler look brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Ziggler made Orton look brilliant as well. Orton's RKO was a statement, was an absolute statement to creative and the backstage, or the people who run things backstage. Loved the match. Orton needs to become the Viper again. That was absolutely fantastic. Swagger versus, and of course what happened next, Rollins comes out and sets Ziggler up for the curb stomp. It was alright, that was actually good. I think what's going to happen now is Orton is going to have a feud with Seth Rollins, but I think that's not what needs to happen. Orton needs to be pushed again, separate him from the authority. What I would do personally is I would have him face for a few weeks. I would have him return as the Viper and sort of, I don't know, someone irrelevant like Kane. Put Kane on TV. I know I'm actually saying this, but have Kane get RKO'd through a table. Have Kane get punt kicked to the head. Have Kane just get injured in some way, storyline injury. And then everyone cheers him. And then have Orton go back and then beat the hell out of some face guy like Cena or Ambrose or something like that. Make him do that. Okay. The next match, Swagger versus Rollins. I mean, it was good for what it was. It wasn't anything special, really. I mean, Orton responded to Rollins with an RKO, which was brilliant. I think that was a good statement again. It's a good setup to an unnecessary feud, in my opinion. Big Show versus Rusev. Ugh. Stupid ending. Stupid ending. Big Show looked good. I can't really remember the match, but I think he did. Rusev, of course, looked good. It was just a really bad ending. It was horrible. Why have Mark Henry come out and do that? Mark Henry they're making him look weak. Make him do something useful. Here's an idea which I can give. Mark Henry, okay, firstly, split up Slater Gator. That's so stupid. What kind of stupidness is that? Take either Titus O'Neil or Big E Langston and have Big E Langston or Titus O'Neil face Mark Henry. If Mark Henry wants to put over younger talent, that's on him. But have them have a Goliath feud. Have one of those two have a Goliath feud. Heath Slater, it's just tragic what's happened to his career. It just really is. It's just, I can't even talk about it. It's really tragic. The ending was gargantuanly stupid. What I would have preferred, have Big Show tap out. Have someone on the mic tell JBL to start crying and going, "In 318 million Americans, 3 years of war over Russian communists." Have JBL do all that crap. And then have Big Show say, "At Hell in a Cell, I want a rematch. Let's go." That would have been a brilliant segment. I would have liked that. That would have been a great lead on. I mean, of course, Rusev, you can't have him lose now. But if you're going to make him lose anywhere, that would probably be a main event. And then have him go on and win a championship. Finish this whole undefeated Russian shit if you're going to do it. I like it. I like this undefeated Russian stuff. It's giving a lot of heel rub-off on Lana. It's making Rusev look really evil. I mean, of course, it's really racist and all this portraying Russians as bad because of course, the geopolitics going on in the world in which Russia is right, for your information. And, yeah. That's what needs to happen. Alright, so the last thing really, the main event. This was the most stupid booking I've ever seen in my entire life. It was. It was the worst thing I've seen. Really, it was terrible. It was god-awful. It was garbage. You're going to have a contract on a pole match at main event. Not main event, at Hell in a Cell. No holds barred. It says no holds barred for a reason. Don't take a main event match or a starting match at Hell in a Cell and put it as the main event at Raw only to limit it to the point where it's a no-holds-barred match, yet no one pulls out tables. Dean Ambrose looked weak throughout that match. He just did. Dean Ambrose is meant to be crazy. He's meant to be unstable, like all this crap. I should have been seeing when Dean Ambrose throws 15 chairs into the ring. I should have seen ladders. I should have seen tables. I should have seen kendo sticks. I should have seen everything. Dean Ambrose should have looked like a complete battering force in that ring. He's going on to face Rollins. He won because of a distraction. He's had no build-up. He's not made to look strong. He should have whipped Cena. Whipped him. And Cena should have whipped him as well, but then Ambrose should have come out on top. There should have been, I'm being serious, Cena should have been bleeding. If this is a main event that you're taking out of Hell in a Cell, Cena should have been bleeding. He should have had whip marks across his back from the kendo stick. He should have been battered with the steel chair. Ambrose should have been battered with the steel chair, and he should have come out on top to look extremely strong. And the gimmick should have been, if I can beat Cena, I can sure beat you, Seth Rollins. But no, it was garbage. The ending was garbage. What a little scuffle at the end. The Authority should not have been out there. It should have just been a clean match, and then the Authority should have come out. I mean, it was stupidness. I mean, Orton versus Cena, I know this is going to be a good match, but I don't care. I just don't care. Because I've seen it. And 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 seen it. From 2007, I've seen this. 2007, 2008, 2009, 2011. I've seen it a million times. 2013 when they reunited the championships. I don't want to see it again. They're wasting Orton. I know that Cena's trying to take a back seat, but for God's sakes, what is going on with the booking? It is stupid. This all arises from Lesnar not being there. This is the second part of the podcast where I just give my views and opinions. With Lesnar not being there, defending his championship, this is the chaos that happens. Shitty booking, reused matches, reused storylines, all this crap. Look, this is not, I said this last week, this is not the 70s, this is not the 80s, this isn't UFC, this isn't boxing, where the champion shows up for a certain few dates in a year. This is WWE 2014. There needs to be the champion, at least one in every 2 Raws, defending at every pay-per-view. With Paul Heyman should be talking and giving the best promos of his life. The fans aren't stupid, they can see that there is no Lesnar, there is no championship match at Hell in a Cell. Hell in a Cell. This is where Lesnar, the beast incarnate, the Barack Lesnar, all this crap. No, it's not crap. Paul Heyman's a god. Please. It's not crap. Lesnar is... You can make me believe that a nuclear bomb can hit him square in the chest and nothing will happen. You can make me believe that. At Hell in a Cell, the most beast match in the WWE, Lesnar should be fighting someone big. I don't care if it was a rerun of Cena and Lesnar. Lesnar should be fighting someone massive. I'm talking he should be facing someone who's getting... it's gone off the top of my head. Who should he be fighting? Well, for some reason I keep thinking Batista, but Batista's not even there. I don't care if it's Triple H. I don't care. He needs to be fighting a big name. But there's the problem. There's not really a big name. He should be fighting Orton. That's it. He needs to be fighting Orton. Not this Orton Cena crap. That's it. You cannot have Hell in a Cell, which is... It's a B-grade pay-per-view, but it's the top of the B-grade pay-per-views. You cannot have that. He needs to be there. He needs to be wrestling. He needs to be looking beast. And he's not looking beast. He's looking like a lazy slob at the moment. And there's been rumors that the WWE are making a WWE Television Championship. I don't know if this is true, but they need it. They need to make the others look strong. I've said they need a Cruiserweight Championship. They need a Television Championship or something along the lines of that. An equivalent of the World Heavyweight Championship. That is what I believe. When I'm saying this, I'm talking, look, you have the main guys competing for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, right? You've got your Cenas, you've got, basically Cena and a few others. This WWE Television Championship should be the second championship, and this is where the guys who are getting pushed need to take it. Why doesn't Miz have a good championship yet? I mean, I know they reunified the championships, but he's only had one WWE championship run. Bring in a WWE Television Championship. You've got guys like The Miz. You've got Dolph Ziggler. You've got... Why in the bluest of blue hells is Cesaro not wearing championship gold? Why? Why is that? I cannot understand this one bit. Cesaro should be World Heavyweight Champion by now. Easily. 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 He needs to hold that championship. Here's what I would do. I would bring in the WWE Television Championship, and then I would basically put it on a guy who is viable to beat Brock Lesnar. I would put it on him, and I would build him to look like a monster, and then I would beat Brock Lesnar for the championship. That's what I would do. That's what needs to happen. Because at this current moment, no one can. Not a single person. They need to bring this, including a Cruiserweight Championship. They really, really need to do this. Let's talk Daniel Bryan. What a tragedy. What a tragedy. Off the highest point of his career, he completely falls like this. It is such a tragedy. And he could not... It's possible that he may never wrestle again. And... they're not including him for storylines, nothing. And, I mean, Brie Bella did say that he does not need another surgery, but it's very iffy right now. And Bryan still hasn't regained the strength in his left arm or right arm, whatever it is. And it is a tragedy. But, if he can never wrestle again, Bryan can know that he went off on the biggest high note possible. He won the main event at WrestleMania. He basically fulfilled CM Punk's dream. The small guy wins the big one at WrestleMania in the main event. What Punk always wanted to do. At least he can go off that. So, I'm kind of sad that Bryan might not wrestle again. But it's not exactly a certain thing right now, but it could happen. So, Bryan, in my opinion, is he going to wrestle again? Yes. But, is he going to wrestle as good again? No. Will it take a long time for him to actually wrestle again? Yes. They need to give him time. Give him time off. Simple as. Orton, that's the talking point I have. Simple as, I've already said, needs to be facing Brock Lesnar. That's what needs to happen. That's what I see happening. All this crap with Cena and Orton, it's not working. This crap with the Authority is not working. They really need to split him and just make him the Viper again. Just do it. Make him the crazy, psychopathic, hilariously evil Orton that we all knew. That's what needs to happen. Anyway, that wraps up this episode of the Wrestling Podcast. Leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Check out my gaming channel, which will be in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on next week, actually.